So when I was building the arena roof, my covered arena, I said that I was going to do a video about it, and things just got busy and I just never did. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about my arena cover. I really like it. It is 90 feet long and 60 feet wide. And I have my fences out a little bit, so that actually gives me a little bit longer riding area. This whole piece of property is sloped from the pine trees out there, and all that water was running basically right through here and into my outdoor arena over there. So I've had to do a lot of work to get the water to quit running through here, and you've been seeing in some of my more recent videos, it still has been an issue on the end, but I've got that a lot better. So what I had to do is outside the arena, build that berm up, you see that red clay, to divert the water around to the right and around to the left of the water that's coming off of them pine trees. That'll stop most of the water that's been running this way. I've put, I think about 10 loads of dirt in here to get it built up and get it mostly level. It's still not quite level, but it's fairly close, and I still have some waves in it I'd like to get knocked down, but it's not too critical. If you look at the concrete on the bottom, on that side, and then the concrete on the other side, that is level. So you can see where one side of the dirt is actually a little bit lower than the other side. On this side of the arena over here, this is facing east this way, and I've had trouble with rain blowing in here right from the very beginning. That's why this side has stayed really wet. We came back after the fact and put gutters on down both sides, but this gutter has helped this side a lot. That is 15 feet eave height at the eave, which is plenty of height. I'm really glad we picked that height. Still having a little bit of trouble with water. We had a really bad rain. Well, last several days we've had a lot of bad rain, and this is wet here from the rain that's blowing in the side. It's really not enough to hurt anything. Before, where the sheet of rain come off the roof and was coming down, that whole sheet was blowing in, and that's what the gutters have helped me with. I still need to do some more dirt work on the outside, and I want to do some more dirt work over here. I still have water running on the outside and through my outdoor pen out here and where my cows are. I'm gonna build all that up. But back to the construction of the cover. We had to put the concrete footing down on both sides for them to bolt the building down to. And it's about 2 feet below the dirt, and they bolted the roof right down to it. The company that did it was Carolina Carports. I was very pleased. They erected the building in about 3 days. All the dirt work in here I've done, but we had to get a local contractor to do the concrete work. We put this wood up on this side. It helps as a barrier for working cows, so that you can keep the cows' attention in here. I've talked a lot about horses. I like the horses to be distracted, but I like the cows' attention on the horses. So I've put that plywood side there, and I'll put another plywood side on the other end. And that's gonna help with the cows' attention. The horses can still see over it easy. As far as anything different that I would have done, I don't know of anything different that I would have done. It's not attached to my barn. There's about 3 feet of space between the barn, so when it rains, I do get rain in between there. So I want to build a little lean-to roof above the door so that I can get from the barn to here without getting rained on. But the main thing is so that the dirt right there in front of that gate don't get muddy and nasty. The dirt in front over here, that's staying muddy and nasty because the cows go in and out that gate every day when I feed them. That's eventually going to be changed. So they have that packed down and muddy. I had that light on the end of the barn. That was there before we put the roof up. It lights it okay. The light will come out to about 2/3 of the length of the roof. I would eventually like to put some LED strips under here, but that's a pretty low priority. That's not not a priority right now. The company put it up in about 3 days. Once they came and they got started, they got it up. I had to rent a lift for them to use, and once they started, they stayed. And we've had a lot of rain since it's been put up, and a fair amount of wind, nothing like a hurricane, but a fair amount of wind, and it hasn't budged. It's supposed to be rated for 140 mile-an-hour winds. I'm on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, just north of I-10, so we're in a hurricane-prone area, so that's what's required in this area. And if you have any questions about it, put it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer the questions. But overall, I've been very happy with it. There was a pretty good wait time from the time we ordered it to get it put up, but it was well worth it. So if you have any questions about the cover, put it in the comments below. Until next time, thank you for watching.